Hello everyone. So today we'll be taking up the daily quiz for the date 29th March 2024. So based on today's Hindu newspaper, so we'll be taking up few of the questions. So the first question is from the topic or says from the article that told that only 4% of India's firms has the capacity to overcome or say to tackle the cyber security risks. So based on this topic, we'll be taking up the question. So list one, so that is your cybersecurity threat types, and this is your list two. You have to match it. You have to just see whether the column one is matching with the column two or not. So for the statement, that is the first one, phishing. An overwhelmed influx of traffic that floods a network or website. Is it true? So is that is this the meaning of phishing? Or we'll see the next one. Ransomware, a malicious software that encrypts a victim's data and demands a ransom for decryption. So is it right? So is this the meaning of ransomware? Or say the last one is denial of service, a deceptive email or website designed to steal the personal information. So which among this is the right, or say which among this cybersecurity threat types has the correct description here? So if you consider the statement over here, it's only the ransomware is right. But what about your phishing? So your phishing means, so this is your phishing and this is your denial of service. This belongs to your denial of service. So by the way, what is phishing? Phishing is a way of deceiving some entity or some individuals using some fake emails, etc. Say for example, the attacker will send the fake emails. If the user clicks on this fake email, and the user will tend to give their information, that is through the fake, that is a phishing website. So through that, the attacker will collect the information of the user and then use it for some illegal activities. So that is your phishing. So in phishing, what happens? The attacker will send some random link or say a website link. If the user clicks on that link and gives their and the link looks like the original link itself. So you would have phishing is like very common in India. The famous Netflix web series, that's your Jamtara. So it was based on this concept itself. Again here, phishing, what happens? The attacker will send you a email or say some link which is like a fake link, but the user assumes that it is a genuine link and gives all their details, but all these details would be used by the attacker. So that is phishing. But what is denial of service? So denial of service, it is a cyber security threat where the attackers, what they do is they overburden the server. Say if they overburden the server, that is denial of service is a cyber attack that is meant to shut down the machine or network, making it inaccessible for the intended user. So the denial of service, what happens? The attackers will overburden the server so much so that the intended user will not be able to use it. Say for example, the railways, okay, IRCTC. So if there is any DOS attack, that is denial of services attack, denial of services attack on IRCTC, what does it mean? It means that the attacker has unnecessarily overburdened the IRCTC's website so much so that the intended users are not able to access that IRCTC website. So that is called as your denial of service. So again here, it is only the ransomware that is right. So statement 1, that is option 1 is right. So by the way, what is ransomware? So ransomware means it is a kind of your security cyber security threat where the attackers will encrypt all your data that is there in your laptop or computer, and the attacker will demand a ransom. So only then, if you pay the ransom money, the attacker will give you the key, so that what will happen? You can decrypt all your data. So that is called as your ransomware. So now let us go to the next question. The next question is regarding the article that was based on that is your RBI's Monetary Policy Committee. So consider the following statement regarding RBI's Monetary Policy Committee. Statement 1. The Monetary Policy Committee consists of 6 members from the RBI. So is it true? So So the question is regarding the RBI's Monetary Policy Committee. The statement 1 is RBI Monetary Policy Committee consists of 6 members from the RBI. Is it true? Does the Monetary Policy Committee consist of 6 members? It is true. It is 6 members. This is absolutely true. But they are not from the RBI. It is out of this 6, only 3 members are from RBI. Only 3 members are from RBI, remaining 3 members are from the Government of India. So if you see here, this is your Monetary Policy Committee. This is 3 plus 3. 3 members are from RBI and 3 members from the Government of India. So again, this statement is wrong. That is, statement 1 is absolutely wrong. MPC, that is Monetary Policy Committee, has 6 members, but however 3 from RBI and 3 from the Government of India. Again here, who is the chairperson over here? The chairperson is RBI Governor, is the chairperson of this MPC. So statement 1 is wrong. What about statement 2? MPC formulates the monetary policy framework for India, including setting the repo rate and reverse repo rate. Is it true? Yes, MPC is the nodal committee that is going to determine the monetary policy of India. It is the agency that's going to set all the repo rates. Say if you consider the repo rates, who is going to set the repo rate? It is the RBI's MPC. RBI's Monetary Policy Committee is the one who is going to set the repo rate. Also, it is the one who is going to determine the monetary policy in India. So statement 2 is absolutely right. So what about your statement 3? So MPC's decision, that's the Monetary Policy Committee's decisions, are mainly guided by the inflation targeting framework with an aim to achieving the specified target for the consumer price inflation. Is it true? Is that the main reason why MPC, is that the main target that MPC focuses on, that is to control the inflation? Is that the reason? That is the actual reason why MPC was formed in the beginning. The Monetary Policy Committee was formed. The main reason was to target the inflation in India. So as of now, the inflation targeting band is 4% plus or minus 2%. So this is the target. So if you consider here, so now the government has extended this inflation targeting up to March 31st, 2026. Up to March 31st, 2026, the main aim of our MPC is the inflation targeting, and the band is 4% plus or minus 2%. So the zone would be 2 to 6%. That is, the inflation targeting should be between 2 to 6%. So that is the goal of your MPC. So again here, statement 3 is also right. So the answer is C. C is the answer. Fine. Okay, so now we'll go take up the next one. Consider the following statement regarding the Agnipath recruitment scheme for Indian Armed Force. So again, there was an article regarding Agniveer scheme, that's actually supposed to be Agnipath scheme. So the members, the beneficiaries under Agnipath is here known as Agniveer. So it is actually supposed to be Agnipath, but people do use it as Agniveer scheme. The Government of India's definition is Agnipath scheme. So consider the following statement regarding the Agnipath recruitment scheme for the Indian Army. Statement 1. Agnipath scheme offers the permanent recruitment for all the enlisted personnel after 4 years. Is it true? That is, who are the permanent, that is the enlisted personnel? The enlisted personnel, they are named as Agniveer. So the person who get benefit from the Agnipath recruitment, they are known as Agniveer. That is, the Agnipath scheme offers permanent recruitment for all the enlisted personnel after 4 years. No, not for all. So as per the Agnipath scheme, so if you see here, as per the Agnipath scheme, up to 25%. That is, say up to 25%. Up to 25% of the Agniveers can be converted into a permanent personnel of Indian Army, not all. So again, it is not 25, up to 25. So again, this statement 1 is wrong. So statement 1 is absolutely wrong. So what about your statement 2? Statement 2 is that Agniveers, that is the recruits under the Agnipath, are eligible for full pension benefits upon the discharge. Matlab, after the completion of 4 years, they will get full pension. So that's what the statement is telling. Is it true? Does the Agniveers get full pension after the completion of 4 years? No. So they don't get the pension after the completion upon their discharge. In the sense, upon the 4 years of completion, they do not get in the pension. But what do they get? The Agniveers get something called as Seva Nidhi. Seva Nidhi is the complete lump sum amount that the Agniveers get after the completion of 4 years. So not the pension amount. Agniveers are not entitled for the pension amount. They are entitled for a Seva Nidhi. It's a lump sum amount. So again, the statement, both the statements are wrong. If both the statements are wrong, what has to be the answer? The answer has to be D. So the answer is D. Fine. So we'll go to the next topic of the day. So the next topic is regarding ED. So ED is too much in news. Again, consider the following statement regarding Enforcement Directorate in India. Enforcement Directorate falls under the administrative control of the Ministry of Home Affairs to control money laundering offences. Is it true? Enforcement Directorate falls under the administrative control of Ministry of Home Affairs. Does Enforcement Directorate come under the administrative control of Home Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs, MHA, in order to control money laundering offence? In this statement, which of the aspects of this statement are wrong? So your ED doesn't come under MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs. Your ED comes under Ministry of Finance. But however, ED's main aim is to control the money laundering offence. This part of the statement is absolutely right. That is, to control the money laundering offence is absolutely right. But however, ED comes under the Ministry of Finance under Department of Revenue. So ED is a part of Department of Revenue under Ministry of Finance, not Ministry of Home Affairs. So statement 1 is absolutely wrong. So what about statement 2? Statement 2, ED enforces the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act, comma, the FEMA Act and your PMLA Act. Is this the work of ED? The work of ED is to enforce the Fugitive Economic Offender Act, FEMA and PMLA. Is it true? In fact, these are the acts that the ED focuses on. That is, ED enforces these acts. If you see here in ED's website, what we do, that is, they enforce PMLA Act, that is FEMA Act, and your Fugitive Economic Offenders Act. So these are the three acts that ED is enforcing. So again, statement 2 is absolutely right. If statement 2 is absolutely right, then the answer has to be B. So B is the answer. Fine. So now let us take the PYQ. Consider the following organizations or bodies in India. So how many of the above are constitutional bodies? You have to identify which of the following are constitutional bodies. The National Commission for Backward Class, NCBC. So NCBC, is it a constitutional body? Yes, it is a constitutional body, similar to your NCST, NCSC, that is NCSC, that is National Commission for Scheduled Tribe, National Commission for Scheduled Caste, National Commission for Backward Caste. So all these things are a constitutional body. So if you consider here, it is a constitutional body under the Article 338B, that is your NCBC is a constitutional body. So what about this one, that is National Human Rights Commission, NHRC. NHRC, is it a constitutional body? No, NHRC is not a constitutional body, rather NHRC is a statutory body. So NHRC, this agency was established under the Act, that is your, it was established under the Act, that is your Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. Protection of Human Rights Act 1993 established your NHRC. NHRC is not mentioned in your Constitution of India. So again, statement that is second one is wrong. So what about the third one, National Law Commission? National Law Commission, is it a constitutional body? National Law Commission is not even a constitutional body. It is neither a statutory body. You have to understand this. It is not even a statutory body. That is, your NHRC was a statutory body. It was established under the Act. Whereas your National Law Commission is not even a statutory body. It is just one executive order, that is from an executive notification. That is, it's a non-statutory body. That is, Ministry of Law will give a notification. Based on that, we establish your National Law Commission. It's not even a statutory body. It's a pure executive body based on some notification by the Ministry of Law. So again, statement that is the third statement is wrong. Third one is wrong, because National Law Commission is an executive body. It's not even a statutory body. It is established on the basis of some notification by the Ministry of Law. So, okay, fine. Fourth one, that is the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. Again, is it a executive body, constitutional body, or statutory body? What do you think? So, this is a statutory body that is under the it is established under the Consumer Protection Act 1986. That is the National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission is established under the Consumer Protection Act 1986. So this statement is also wrong. So which one is right? So only statement 1 is right. So the answer has to be A. So A is the answer. Fine. Okay, so now let us go to the concept of demographic dividend. One of the most important buzzword or the keyword that keeps coming in the newspaper. So demographic dividend, India is in the phase of demographic dividend, we have to reap the benefits of demographic dividend, so on and so forth. We get a lot of topics regarding demographic dividend. So what is demographic dividend? So what do you think is demographic dividend? So demographic dividend is a period in the economic growth. See, every country has a period of economic growth. So demographic dividend is a period in a country's economic growth where it occurs when the proportion of the working age group, is more compared to the proportion of non-working age group. Non-working age group are your children's and elders. So that is 60 or 64 plus. So your senior citizens and your children's, they are non-working age group. So demographic dividend is the period of economic growth of a country where the proportion of the working age group is more compared to the proportion of the non-working age group. So non-working age group, in the sense, it means that is your children's and your elderlies. So that concept is called as your demographic dividend. So now let us consider what are the characteristics of demographic dividend. So one main characteristics of demographic dividend is that shifting age structure. So shifting age structure of the population. So it means that the proportion of the working age group, so the proportion of the working age group, say if the proportion of the working age group is more compared to the non-working age group, this is non-working age group and this is your working age group. If the proportion of the working age group is more compared to the non-working age group, so that is the first main characteristics. Whenever in any country, when the population in the population, due to the age difference, due to the age factor, when the proportion of working age group becomes more compared to the non-working age group, that is one characteristics of a demographic dividend. And again, in a demographic dividend phase, we have economic opportunity, huge economic opportunity. The reason being a huge economic opportunity is that the proportion of working age group are more. If the proportion of working age group are more, that is in the greater workforce, so that will lead to increased production. If there are more working age population, that will lead to increased production and increased innovation, increased economic growth. Increased economic growth in the sense, if there are more people who are working, they will also consume more, they will also produce more. So as a reason, the overall economic opportunity increases. You can consider your China. So that is your China increased its economic potential or say economic growth when it was in the demographic dividend stage or say demographic dividend period. And the last one is, that is the last characteristics of demographic dividend is that its savings and investment increases. Why savings and investment increases? It is because there is huge working age group. Since there are a huge working age group, people will work. So as a reason, so they will get more income. That income would be either saved or either invested. So as a reason, whenever the country is in the demographic dividends period, so what will happen? The savings and investment in that country increases. So now India is in a period of demographic dividend stage. So if you consider now, say this graph, you consider this graph. This is the proportion of working age group. See here, now we are in, say, let us consider this period. So assume that we are in this period now. So that is, this blue one is your children, this is your senior citizen. So if you consider here, as of now, there are around 10% of population are senior citizens or non-working age group elderlies, and around 25% are children. So overall, 35% of the of India's population are not in a working age group, but however, around say 65% of India's population are in a working age group. That is the meaning of demographic dividend. So India is in a phase of demographic dividend, and as per your S&P report, India will be in the phase of demographic dividend up to say 2025, 2055 or 2056. So till this period, we will be in the phase of demographic dividend. It means that the proportion of working age group is more compared to the proportion of non-working age group in the country. So this was a fact of the day. So then, thank you guys.